Hey everybody, Classic Gengar here, and welcome to my first Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Now, just a disclaimer, these are not competitive teams, they're not battle ready, they are not Smogon sets. These are just two story teams between two kind of friends. So, I'm going to lead with the Decidueye and he leads with Incineroar. I'm immediately in a bad spot. I've got to swap out. So, I bring in Golisopod, and I know he can take pretty much any hit he can use, because he's got such a huge defense. And even if I go below half, I get a free swap into something that has an advantage. So he's actually going to withdraw, bring out his Haunter, and I'm going to go for First Impression. Now if you don't know what that move is, it is a +2 priority bug attack that Golisopod knows with like 90 base power. So I'm just going to go for Sucker Punch to take Haunter out. Haunter's doesn't have the defenses to... Oh yeah, by the way, Golisopod has insanely high attack as well. So he's going to bring out his Snorlax. I'm just going to go for Leech Life, which also got a huge buff this generation. I'm talking like base 80 recovery attack. And he's going to go for Lick. I'm pretty sure this is just the event Munchlax that he evolved. So he's going to go for Rest here. He actually outspeeds me, which isn't surprising. And I'm just going to keep going for Leech Life. So Leech Life hits, and it does pretty solid. This looks like it's about a 4-hit KO. So, and I'm back to full health, which is always good. He's actually going to go for Snore here, which is a move you don't see very often in competitive because most people prefer to use Sleep Talk, but I like Snore. I use it on a Suicune set with Calm Mind, and it does pretty decent work. So I'm actually going to get back up to full here after my Leech Life recovery, and he's going to swap out. So his Snorlax is still asleep, and his Bouncy, which is the, not quite sure the name of that Pokemon, but he's going to get wrecked by a Leech Life. And he's going to go for Trop Kick, which is a brand new attack that it did solid damage to me. It's neutral, and it lowers attack. And I just go for Frost Breath, mainly to kind of show my set at this point. Frost Breath is an older attack, but in case you don't know, it always gets a critical hit every single time. So it doesn't matter what stat boost they have or stat drops you have. So I get Intimidate, so I'm at -2 attack. So I'm just going to swap into my Type Null. And he's going to go for the Ice Fang. Type Null is an interesting Pokemon. It's definitely not as overpowered as I kind of hoped it would be looking at its design. Because I really do like its design. I think it's a very interesting looking Pokemon. So I do pretty solid damage, and he's just going to swap into his Greninja here. And I actually get a defense drop with my Crush Claw. Crush Claw is another move you don't really see too much, but I didn't really have anything to replace it with. And he's going to go for Water Shuriken, and it's not going to do much to me at all. And I will easily be able to take out this Greninja with my next attack. So Crush Claw is going to take out Greninja, and that's another threat down because everyone is using Ash Greninja. I'm not using it because I don't really want to, but it does. It's pretty powerful with that ability of its that makes it basically like, I don't know what the base stat total is, but it's insane. He's actually going to go for a Z move, and that's going to be plenty to take out Type Null. So just sit back and enjoy the animation of this. And good night, Type Null. So that's actually a pretty cool move. Can't complain. That's not how anyone really wants to go down, being belly flopped on by an Incineroar, but whatever. So I send out Wishy-Washy. Now, Wishy-Washy school mode is insanely powerful. Like, it's like 4 times normal Wishy-Washy's base stats. And here I decided I was going to use my Z move. So it's like a base 170 with you using it with Hydro Pump. So it's going to easily take out the Snorlax. It's kind of a waste, but I'm not too upset about it. So that's another Pokemon down that could have been a real problem. He sends out his Gyarados, and I'm not too worried. I don't think there's a whole lot he could really hit me with. So, and I'm not a physical attacker anyways. So Intimidate's not going to bother me. And I'm going to go for Aqua Ring here, which is just going to pretty much give me some recovery every turn. Since health is such an important part of Wishy-Washy's ability. So he's actually going to go for Bite here, and you know, it's doing decent damage to me, but watch how much this Ice Beam does. Like, almost half of Gyarados' health to an Ice Beam. So he gets a flinch that time, which isn't a big deal. You know, I'm nowhere near losing my school ability, so I'm not too worried about it, and I'm going to be able to take it out my next attack. Finally, get past the flinches, and the Ice Beam is going to easily destroy this Gyarados. And now his last Pokemon is Incineroar, and I have a serious advantage over it. So he sends out his Incineroar, and I'm actually going to go for Brine over Hydro Pump for some unknown reason to me. Looking back, I should have just went for the Hydro Pump, but I guess I just didn't want to risk missing because none of my team is really that fast. So I actually do lose my school ability, so I'm just a single, measly, wimpy Wishy-Washy. And he is going to be able to take me out with Darkest Lariat, which I think is a really awesome looking move. Now, if you don't know what that move does, basically it just ignores all the stat increases of your opponent during an attack. So, see, I send out Mudsdale, and I've got a few stamina boosts up. His Darkest Lariat will ignore those boosts and just do it like I had no stat boosts. So, it's pretty interesting. You know, it's like, Secrets, no, I guess it wouldn't be like Secret Sword. It's like, Sacred Sword. The Keldeo move, kind of. Well, and that's going to be his Incineroar down. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you want to battle me, look at the page.